Those using the official Reddit app, what's your take on this whole third-party app situation? My experience on the official Reddit app has been fine, for the most part, but I'm sympathetic to those who will be boycotting. I can definitely see the value of third-party apps if there was a way to shut off these damn he gets us ads, or to have Reddit stop constantly suggesting new subreddits to me. I honestly had no idea there was third-party iOS apps. I still feel it sucks that Reddit, from my understanding, is trying to basically ban third-party apps by making it cost more. It's bad for the site and its users. They want to make everybody use the main app because they can host ads on it all they want. The changes to the UI along with the removal of API access means users will very often be funneled into infinite doom scrolls or clickholes rather than quality content. Didn't know third-party apps even existed until this all started. But it's still a dumb move from Reddit, and the CEO seems intent on being as arrogant and idiotic through this whole situation as possible, so I hope the third-party apps get their way, or at least close to it. Didn't know there were third-party apps before this. Wish I'd known long ago, because the official app sucks ass. Fully support this protest. I think it's an overreaction. I've seen this kind of thing before when a website changes something and people go nuts about it. Also reminds me a bit of when Microsoft announces a new version and people start talking about how much they hate the new one before they've even used it or say they're switching to Linux. I just don't think the sky is falling. I've tried the third-party apps and honestly I don't like them. The UI of the official one is just more pleasant to me. That being said, I do support this protest and hope they reverse the decision. This whole thing will at least give me a chance to touch some grass. I don't care about the third-party apps, it's the bots that I care about. Sava video, repost sleuth. I need these bots. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I prefer the new layout to the old one. Of course, I think it's scummy for Reddit to kill these things, especially for the people who need it, but I wouldn't use Apollo anyways. Been using this site for over 10 years. It's already a shell of its former self. The people that run this website hate you. I'm surprised so many people use third-party apps for Reddit. Other than slight issues sending DMs, the app has been excellent. I honestly couldn't care less, more important things in the world to put my energy into. No issue with other people taking a stand if that's what they want to do. I didn't realize there even were third-party apps to access Reddit. The app and occasionally the desktop site are the only ways I've ever used Reddit, so this doesn't particularly bother me at all. I'm a recent Reddit user, 5 years in. It's upsetting honestly. Over this period of time I've come to love this platform, and the fact that they are charging predatory prices just feels like a kick in the gut from a good friend for no reason. I had no idea third-party Reddit apps exist, but by all means, power to the people. You are the content. Kinda oblivious honestly. I don't know how important the API is to multiple things and subs I frequent, and I've never used a third-party app for the site. I don't mind you protesting. I love a good protest. Make this shit messy. But if you're leaving, just leave. Nobody knows you here to care enough about your goodbye posts. It's just as cringy as if you posted about deleting Facebook before you deleted Facebook. I know I'll get downvoted, but I really don't give a damn. Keep seeing posts about how this will be the end of Reddit as if we don't have a Reddit is over wave every few months. If sub's close, I'll just go to Twitter to wait it all out. I'd give them revoking PushShift's API access is related to the current API debacle, but it really sucks that Reddit archive sites don't work anymore. This isn't really about third-party apps, not alternative clients for browsing Reddit anyway. If those went away, it would suck, but Reddit would live on. The bigger issue is mod tools and bots. Reddit doesn't exist as it is without those, and they need to make API requests too. I really don't care much. I spend most of my time on Reddit if I'm on the phone, and I never use it from PC. If Reddit was to close tomorrow, it would change nothing in my life. I really don't understand getting so mad about a website, as someone who didn't even know about third-party apps that replace Reddit. I still say fuck Reddit. I support every sub that goes dark. I enthusiastically cheer the ones that stayed dark. We can go elsewhere. I survived the rise and fall of MySpace as a high schooler. Reddit ain't got shit. I think I'll stop using Reddit because I want to support you guys. I respect the passion and commitment, and I'm not trying to cross a picket line. Seems like people who understand more than I do believe this will ruin Reddit, and I don't want that. I don't care that I can't use third-party apps for general use. I do care that moderators are losing access to the actually useful moderation tools those apps provide, which will make it untenable for some subreddits to continue existing. I didn't even know using third-party apps was a thing, so I'll probably continue using Reddit as I always do. I don't use third-party apps, The official mobile app is good enough for me. I get why people are upset, but it's honestly incredibly frustrating that the thing that gets people up in arms on this stupid website are their browsing tools getting taken away, not the uncounted messed up things that happen in the real world at a variety of degrees of severity every day. Didn't realize people hated the app this much, smiley face. It's not that bad. You scroll, see something, respond, upvote, move along. What else could you possibly need from an app? I don't get it. I legit only care for blind people who use the API to read. Don't you understand why people feel entitled to help someone who sells something that should be free? I know that because they offer a better experience is the answer. But if someone was to make money fucking your wife while you just watch, would you allow it? I was going to leave when they went public anyway. The fact that they're pushing out third-party apps that help with accessibility and moderation is just moving me on a bit quicker. They're trying to overvalue their services before going public. Execs want to cash out and move to a tropical island. It's also why they're considering banning porn. Everything on the internet is getting sanitized and homogenized for corporate profits. Greed always kills openness and creativity. And Reddit was founded on, and has been built by, user input and creativity. Third-party apps are important. Just because I don't use one doesn't mean I don't understand their uses. And Reddit is shite for forcing this. Viva la blackout! I've been on the official app too long that I find third-party apps to be clunky. Additionally, the whole API issue isn't to remove third-party apps, at least not primarily. It's Reddit's way of monetizing the vast amounts of data LLM projects take from Reddit every day. If OpenAI is getting $100 billion a year, Reddit wants a slice of that. It feels like a bunch of kids whining about their toy being taken away. I already know I'll get downvoted because I have every other time I've chimed in on this. I know that homebrew alternative apps were popular like 10-13 years ago when smartphones became a thing. Honestly didn't know they still exist. This app has been working fine for me forever. I don't care outside of maybe some niche instances. I think it's much ado about nothing and Redditors being Redditors. The official app helps me browse Reddit for my own fun, without having to do moderation. Nobody expects you to do moderation on the official app. It's impossible. It's my pro tip for volunteer work-life balance. I don't fully understand why all these other apps seem entitled to access resources and drive revenues by piggybacking on Reddit's community and back-end resources. People saying it's all about money seem either delusional or stating the obvious. Of course it's all about money, this is a big business and they aren't running it for shits and giggles, man shrugging. Don't care. It's another corporation doing corporate things, same as everything else in the modern world. It's just more complaining on more subs from people thinking they can make a change in online echo chambers away from the real world. Next month a new witch hunt will begin. I can't stand using apps like Apollo because I think they just look awful. At the same time though, I can't deny that people aren't better off with third-party apps like Apollo with features that Reddit refuses to actually add in favor of NFTs. I didn't even know that you could access Reddit not using Reddit's app. So this whole time I thought the Reddit app itself was going away. Someone explained to me what's happening and I just don't get why these people can't just download Reddit and act like the whole site is closing down. I keep seeing what's next Reddit or where's everyone going and I'm like, still here? The app is fine for using, I don't see how anyone could have a problem with it. Mod tools and bots I like how they work so I don't really have an opinion on how it will affect them. But I feel people are way too entitled about this. Reddit made the app, these third-party ones are taking profit away from them. Why should they not be allowed to reduce it when they made the app? I'm striking for the disabled users. Hoping they'll come up with some solution for them specifically. The rest is just their prerogative, but I do worry the changes to mod access features will cause Reddit to degrade in quality. It's an excuse to try and quit my shameless pandemic-caused addiction, I suppose. If I'm lucky, I'll pick up smoking instead of relapsing. Never knew about third-party apps until this nonsense, but the fact the API is going paid play is bullshit. They're only doing it because Elon did it. Been on a social media break for like how WTF is happening. Just started using it again yesterday. I have zero idea as to what they're actually badgering and protesting so passionately about. I use the Reddit app so I guess that's cool? I don't know anymore. I've been using the official Reddit app and or website the whole time I've been on here, so I have no idea what's even going on. Tried Reef and Sync, but just couldn't get used to them. I like the official app. But I also understand that Reddit should have handled it way better than how they did. I plan on leaving Reddit in solidarity with Apollo. I couldn't afford to be a paying subscriber back in the day, but it really is the way Reddit should be consumed. I didn't even know there were until y'all started talking about it. Also don't know the benefits and why it would be bad for Reddit. What third-party apps? I've only ever used the Reddit app, so I have no idea what all the fuss is about. Great time to finally add this to my list of social media apps that I don't use anymore. It's gonna be a really productive rest of the year. So are all these posts about subreddits going dark and active temporary protest? Some fairly large subs have said they are shutting down for good. What's that all about? I didn't know these third-party apps existed until this all started, and I don't know why it's so important that they don't go away. I didn't even know third-party apps existed until this started blowing up. I'll support the blackout though. FCK Reddit. It's gonna be annoying to not have Reddit for a few days, I guess. It's where I get news and some gory or hilarious videos. I've been using Reddit official app on Android for 2 years now, not knowing there's this third-party app. I never used Reddit web unless I was looking for something specific, not necessarily sub I usually lurk in. I'm supporting the blackout by uninstalling Reddit app tomorrow morning. It's probably better for my productivity anyway. Couldn't give a toss. Likely what should happen is that Reddit buy the better app. This app can be so crap. It makes a lot of sense to me that a tech company would want to protect their platform and source of revenue. What's astonishing is that it was an open API in the first place. I still care. Just because it doesn't affect me too much doesn't mean it doesn't affect a large number of users whom I share space on this platform with. It doesn't impact me at all, but I will be supporting those who it does impact, i.e. blind vision impaired.